Employed Gamer here, formerly known as Unemployed Gamer. Today I will talk about my favorite Nintendo GameCube games of all time. My top 10 to be exact. I love the GameCube. I admit though, it's not my favorite Nintendo system, but it has many classics and masterpieces. Until this day, it has games that only have been released for the Nintendo GameCube, and that's awesome. Come on, join me. Look at my list. These are my favorite Nintendo GameCube games. Let's go. Number 10, Ikaruga. This game is awesome, by the way. I love it. It's one of my favorite airplane shooters of all time. Gives you memories of the arcade days. And one little problem, it's hard as hell. But you know what? I love it. It can be done. You can beat it. I beat it, believe it or not. So if I can do it, you can do it. And it's a treasure game. I mean, come on. Only the best company out there for these kind of games. You know it's going to be good when it's made by Treasure. Number 9, FZero GX. One of my favorite racing games since the Super Nintendo days. And yes, the GameCube version doesn't disappoint. Yes, Captain Falcon is back. But this time it's not going to be no picnic. It's super hard. It's extremely difficult. You'll be throwing your controller just a few times. And if story mode isn't for you, we got this awesome multiplayer so you can play with your friends for up to 4 players. And it's fast. I'm telling you, you're going to love this game. And guess what? The soundtrack is back. So nostalgia is definitely going to hit you. Number 8, Soulcalibur 2. I'm a huge fan of this beautiful game, but especially the GameCube version. I'm going to tell you why I love the GameCube version. Keep looking at the screen and you'll see a familiar face. That is correct. That is Link, our hero of time from the Zelda games. And this is why the GameCube version is my favorite version. Enough said. You do not need the Xbox version or the PlayStation version. Number 7, Mario Kart Double Dash. Who doesn't love Mario Kart? Come on. It's the greatest party game of all time. This one, by the way, is very special, very underrated. I love it. I played many hours playing this game with my friends and my brother. And let me tell you why I love it so much. It introduced features like co-op, for instance. 2 riders can ride in one cart. How awesome was that? You can play up to 16 players with the special LAN party support. So freaking cool. Mario Kart is a blast. Double Dash, awesome. Love it. Number 6, Super Mario Sunshine. I admit, this game was not as good as Mario 64, but that's not a bad thing. This is still a freaking blast to play, and it's still one of the best GameCube games out there, especially if you love platformers. I especially love the bonus levels. They were my favorite. The music, of course, all the classic music was there, so it gave you a lot of nostalgia. And this time you can ride Yoshi. You can hover with that water thingy. I think the name was Flood. Yeah, I'm not joking. Anyways, you can't go wrong with the Mario game. And this one was a blast. I still recommend it. Miyamoto, still a genius. Number 5, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. And there was nothing like Eternal Darkness in my opinion. And to this day, I think this game is very unique. Cool thing about this game, it's only for GameCube, and I don't think you'll ever see it again because the company behind this game doesn't exist anymore. But the best part about this game too, it was the sanity effects. Heads would follow you, there was walls bleeding and ceilings and scary noises, very weird noises actually. This game was one of a kind, and it's too bad it might not come back ever again. Let's hope it does though, because it's one of the greatest games on the Nintendo GameCube. A masterpiece maybe. Nah, not maybe. Masterpiece. Number 4, Beautiful Joe. Capcom won me back with this beautiful game. Get it? Ha. Stupid. Anyway, joking aside, it was a really beautiful game, beautiful cartoony graphics. Brought me back to the side-scroller games, you know, those days where you would play those beat 'em ups. But anyways, this game was pretty unique. It had an amazing gameplay, like a slow motion feature, fast forward feature. It was awesome. The only thing though, it was very, very difficult. The level of difficulty was insane. You have to be a hardcore gamer to actually beat it on regular difficulty. You can adjust it to easy, but it's still pretty hard, to be honest with you. I did get to beat it though on the normal level of difficulty. So if I can beat it, you can beat it. That's all I'm gonna say. You can definitely conquer this amazing game, this beautiful game. All right, enough. Beautiful Joe is awesome. And the GameCube version is the one I recommend for all of you guys. Number 3, Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes. That's right. This was the remake of the original masterpiece for the PS1, which is honestly one of my all-time favorite games. And the difference on this one, better graphics, of course, better gameplay. And if you didn't know PlayStation back in the day, well, this was your chance to play it. And I guarantee you is as good, maybe even better, just due to the enhanced graphics. But this game was the pioneer of stealth games. And for those that don't know, made by Hideo, did I say that right? Or is it Hideo? Anyways, Kojima. I'm just gonna keep it Kojima. So you know this is gonna be a masterpiece. And it's one of my favorite games. I said that, I know, but I can't really express how much I love this game. And you don't wanna miss this game. If you can find it, please buy it. And I'm gonna recommend it 1,000 more times. How about that? This game is beautiful. Number 2, Resident Evil 4. I am a big fan of Resident Evil, and honestly, this is definitely my favorite Resident Evil of all time. Yes, it beats Resident Evil 2. I became a huge fan, especially after this one. This one is actually a masterpiece in my opinion. Another one for GameCube, right? This one pushed the GameCube to the limits. If you can look at the graphics, they're amazing. And it was also a time exclusive at one point for the Nintendo GameCube. So that was a big deal back then, especially, you know, having an exclusive Resident Evil game. I couldn't wait, and when I got my hands on it, it was what I had expected, but even better, you know. Everything changed from the original Resident Evils to this one. And this one is probably the most brilliant of all of them. And it's a beautiful game. I love it, and I recommend it. I got no more words. Number 1, Super Smash Bros. Melee. And you guys knew I was gonna put this one on the list, right? I'm a big Super Smash Bros. Freak since the Nintendo 64 days. And I'm gonna tell you a little story about Smash Bros. I did trade in my PlayStation 2 to get a GameCube because I wanted Super Smash Bros. Melee so bad. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the world bought a GameCube just to play Super Smash Bros. And yes, that's how good this game was. It was technically Super Smash Bros. 64, but faster, better graphics, more characters, more stages, and the music was better than ever with orchestra. This game had it all. It had so many characters, 3 times the characters of the Nintendo 64. You can't go wrong with Super Smash Bros. Melee. We still play it till this day. I'm not even joking. And it's probably my favorite Smash Brothers of all time. This is the one that I played the most with my friends after the Nintendo 64 version, of course. So this is my number 1 of all time for GameCube. Enough said. Now, excuse me, I am going to go home and play Super Smash Brothers, but on the Nintendo Switch. Talk to you later. That is all for now. I really do hope you enjoyed my list of my top 10 games of all time for the Nintendo GameCube. Please subscribe and put a comment. Tell me which one's your favorite game. Maybe I missed out on one, but these are the ones I actually remembered on top of my head, and these are the ones that I loved when I owned my Nintendo GameCube. But I'm sure you have a different list, so I want to hear it. Please comment, and maybe, just maybe, you'll win a gift on my next video. Have a good one. Remember, get busy living or get busy dying. I really do hope you pick the first option, though. All you need is gaming, my friends. Have a good one.